So, welcome to Night Vale podcast with Ronnie,
Saffy, Hannah, Katie, and Eleanor.
and yeah, we're going to try and talk about Welcome to Night Vale. Anyone have any starting points?
Do you want to talk about Dana?
Sure.
Have you seen that picture that's going around recently with her in the headscarf?
Yeah,
I really like that version of her.
Yeah.
I've seen quite a few, so I see a lot of fan art.
It's just the fan art's really good because there's no like canon
Yeah.
thing of like the race and stuff, so everyone has their own interpretation. It's really nice. Like you don't have that. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
It's really cool that when fans just left to have their own idea of a character, they have different kind of races and
Yeah.
they look really cool.
I think we should also say our personal headcanon for Cecil.
I've got this.
Okay. Oh, and Carlos. Clearly.
Okay. So my thing for Cecil is also, should we pronounce it Cecil or Cecil?
Cecil's English, Cecil's American. That's what I've gathered.
Cecil I prefer, it just sounds nicer.
Cecil sounds like a hamster. That's crazy.
Cecil sounds weird, and it sounds like a girl's name.
Fair enough. But yeah, Cecil is the correct American. I don't know if it's
But
correct.
are we going to adhere to our Britishness, or are we gonna?
It depends how many comments do you want saying it's Cecil. But then again, how do they say that? How would they like message it?
Just say whatever feels natural.
I've just got it ingrained in my head now. Because somebody says then it's Cecil, not Cecil. I'm like, alright, okay.
I don't know. I'm so torn. I'm gonna say Cecil because I don't want to get hate from American people, but I also don't want to get hate from which would be worse.
I always get corrected it's Cecil, even by British people. That's
Okay, then we'll go with Cecil.
also I'm gonna move this into the table. I'm
Okay.
not gonna kick.
So, I picture him as like really tall, like kind of weirdly tall, and you know, like Slender Man tall, like tall,
Fair enough.
but like you know that guy from I think it was Misfits, Nathan. What's his name?
I don't know what his real name is, but yeah, I know who you mean. Curly hair, right?
Yeah, curly hair.
Oh yeah, there you
He's
go.
black and he has really nice lips.
Oh, the black one.
Yeah, that's not Robert.
That's not Robert Sheen. It's like Nathan Stewart.
Yeah,
something.
Nathan Stewart Jarrett. I think
Oh, isn't
his
it real
is.
name? It's been a while since I watched Misfits.
But yeah, so like him, and
Yeah.
you know the kind of the purple theme that everyone's going with.
Yes.
It's really nice, like dyed purple hair.
Are you right there? You need a moment. Should we come back to colour? Mine is Danny Pudi from Community. I think that's his name. Because he was like, it's a little, you know. He was, I don't know what it was for. I think it's for poetry. He was like as Holly Buddy or something like that, and he had like sweaters and glasses, and he just looked so happy. I was just like, it's him.
See, whenever I think of Carlos, I think of that guy whose name I do not know.
Great.
That one guy. No, he was on Big Fat Quiz of the Year with.
Which are you
Oh,
on?
I know who he is.
He is from Crystal Palace.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen him once. My mum sees him quite often. It's like no. I've seen him in a pub though, and it's so weird. It's like you're on TV, but you're here. I really like him. Yeah,
he is really cute.
I think he's a little too sarcastic. Oh, for Carlos, no, I guess yeah. Because he's it wouldn't work. He's just too sarcastic. Let's see, Carlos. My Carlos would probably be, if anyone watched Heroes, it was Dr. Mahinda Suresh in it. I don't know what his real name is. Once again, it's been a while since I watched it. But no, he would be very good. And he's also a scientist in the show. I think that's why I got it, because he wears glasses and he was always wearing the lab coat. And he has like really thick, curly, dark hair. I just see it and I'm just like, it's him. What you two?
For Cecil, it's like there was this guy that always used to get on my bus in the morning, and he looked like like the really early headcanons. He looked exactly like that.
Blonde.
Yeah, like blonde, like the clothes and everything. It was amazing. I kind of just stuck with that.
And stop kicking things. Just.
I really like the tattoos on his arm.
Yeah, the
I don't
tattoos.
like
Oh,
the
yeah.
third eye though. That's not nice.
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. All the time it's like incorporated into like saying it's a tattoo. I think it depends. I always get really impressed when cosplayers do it well. Like sometimes they actually just get like fake eyes because they work in like makeup and stuff, and it's so creepy. But it's like, oh my god, that's so good. But when like in drawings and stuff, I don't see it that much. Well, as in I physically see it, but I don't see it very.
I get a bit weirded out by the whole third eye thing because I actually like imagine a real third eye on someone's head, and I'm a bit.
I kind of prefer it if it was like a real eye. I don't like tattoo.
Fair enough.
They look cool with that.
How about the tentacles? A tattoo form or real ones?
Tattoo, yeah, not real ones.
No.
I see it as both.
I still want him to be human.
No, I see it as human though, because he's lived in Night Vale his whole life and is like, I don't know, I don't think you can be human living in Night Vale. Only Carlos think was human because he just kind of wandered in.
You probably get cursed like 5 or 6 times during your lifetime in Night Vale. Like you would have some bodily growths.
Exactly. Yeah, I know. I do like the tattoos. I actually really want tattoos of tentacles now. I can't help it. They just look so cool. But no, I do read quite. I've read a fanfiction where they were real tentacles, and it was just funny because he just like kept picking people up like Carlos thought. Like while he was like her hand out, I was like, it's not me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh god, has anyone read the tentacle fic? Like for Dan and Phil. Don't read it. It's so weird.
Dan and Phil's fanfiction are weird.
They are
Never
weird,
mind.
but like
I hear the one about the hamster. That's the only one I hear quoted to me. I've never read it, but all my friends just go, the hamster. And I was like, okay. I think it's like hamster and a magic cat. I don't want to know.
But yeah, I feel like if Cecil had tentacles, I would just end up thinking of that, and that's why I'm a little bit uncomfortable with the whole idea.
If I just read like the warnings on fanfiction, like, let's not. I just don't get what's. I feel people should always be able to create things and put them out there, but when they're really weird things, you have to be prepared for people to go, what the fuck is going on? Like, sometimes I just read them and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna need a minute to just ponder out life and that someone had written this.
But it's really awful when there's like a main character death. Usually they have a warning, but it's not nice. Even if you know it's gonna happen.
Yeah, if it's a sad fic, then no, I will not take that. However, I do like reading ones where they're like serial killers. Serial killer always are the best ones. I'm not even gonna lie.
I've never read one, but I'm definitely gonna look for one.
Never read a serial killer.
They're most popular in Rooster Teeth, I think. There's like something called Psycho Tea. I'm like, I make the most.
Division, yeah.
Yes, I make the most playlists for it out of like anyone in the team. And yeah, I'm so gonna write some at some point. I just think it's it's excellent. But
Are
yeah,
there
there's
Night Vale serial killer reviews?
I don't think it really counts because actually no, wait, murder was made illegal, like in Night Vale at some point, wasn't it? They were just like, yeah, there's gonna be a few day periods where it's gonna be like if people are forgetful, that's fine, or if they're really hard to catch. But
I've
no,
lost
murder's
track
illegal now.
of what's legal and what's illegal in Night Vale. Like,
How do they not have pen and paper? What do they do?
Yeah,
that's
how do
the
they
one that
write
confuses
stuff?
me. Like in fanfiction, they're like they write stuff down. And like, did you just ignore that or did you forget about it? Because if I'm writing a crossover between Rooster Teeth and Welcome to Night Vale, and I just like, okay, just forget about that. They're allowed pen and paper. Because I just, what do they do?
maybe they just use dictaphones all the time.
Like,
That
That'd
could be
be
a
pretty
thing.
cool. You could just see people like walking around saying things to themselves. It'd be pretty awesome.
We live in London, you see that anyway.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
just be cool.
that'd be cool. What's the other one? Wheat and wheat byproducts.
You can't have bread.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You can have those biscuits. You can have them. You can have
How does Rico's... I think this was
Rico's
addressed
pizza.
in the episode.
Yeah, it was in like the Valentine's Day one, wasn't it? When they had like invisible pizza.
Yeah, that was it.
Or what did they go to Rico's?
Also, like, started a shady business in something.
To be fair, you will die pretty quickly in Night Vale, no matter what you do. So you might as well be illegal while doing it.
Yeah,
I think none of us could survive in Night Vale. Would die within a week.
yeah.
What is the way to survive? Is that, I guess, become a member of the secret police? Don't become an intern. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
That's like the red shirts in Star Trek. You just don't. Okay.
You could.
Yeah, what do you do?
Hide on a street cleaning day.
Yeah.
Just
That's the worst.
leave Nightvale. Just leave it.
Yeah, why did
Just-
Carlos
yeah.
even come? I know he's interested.
Because he's a scientist. He does that sort of thing. He does his
It's
cute
science.
scientist things. He does science and stuff.
Although apparently something's only science if you write it down, and since they don't have pen and paper, nothing is science.
Is that like the tree falling in the forest thing? Because I don't think that's true.
That's philosophy, though.
That's just weird.
No, it's just.
It makes sense when you think about it in the philosophy context, but on the outside it's just like...
Yeah, it makes vibrations. It makes sound waves.
Yeah. It's like, when you think of philosophy, you're like, I would never think this in real life, but fine, let's go with it. But in real life, you're like, no, that's just pretentious bullshit. I do love philosophy, though. It was great.
I like it too, but sometimes you're just like, science people, science can explain things.
I think Welcome to Night Vale does get quite philosophical, and then it just goes... It does it in like such a way that you
Yeah.
don't mind, and then it just goes scary, and then it just goes funny and cute, and you're like, okay, what just happened?
Yeah.
Every episode is like an emotional roller coaster, except you know how it's going to go. Have any of you like tuned off in an episode and just been like, wait, what the hell
Yes.
just
Yeah.
happened?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I think the main one of that is like, I can't remember the exact story, but like there's a little boy and he's like pulling along an axe or something, and there's like crows and he's like in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
That one, and I swear I just like went off like the first 5 seconds and then came back 10 seconds later. I was like, whoa!
There's an episode where he records
And
the.
that was the weather. I was like, okay.
There's an episode where he
Traffic
records the sound of the cat that floats in the bathroom, and it's like screaming sound. And I was listening to it while half asleep. Screaming sound happened, and I just started crying.
I can't remember what the name is. Korshak?
Korshak.
Yeah.
It's the name of the cat.
Yeah. I learned like in the 3rd episode, never listen to it while trying to fall asleep. Because you know something about dark figures will just happen when you're like in the dark room. You're like, okay, I'm just going to listen to something nice and happy for a moment.
But the thing is, his voice is like so smooth
Yeah.
that even though he's talking about like people getting decapitated and stuff, you just kind of like, oh, what a nice voice. I could fall asleep to this.
But he can also really take that dark turn with his voice. He does it very occasionally, but when you do, you're like, okay, this is a little bit creepy. I'm just going to leave the light on. I don't know. What's the most scared you've been in an episode? Not like scared, just a bit like, all right.
The one where Carlos.
No, not 1 year later. I was leaving that for discussion, but because that's not really scary, I guess. That was really just emotionally heartbreaking and.
I was scared.
Were
I was
you?
scared he was gonna permanently, you know,
Do the thing.
do the thing.
Yeah.
But if you go into 1 year later, that's just I don't know. There was just like I had to pause it and just take a couple of minutes, to be like, no, he can't die. Like it was so
Let's leave
horrible.
this for discussion.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the most sort of like scared I've been in an episode is probably the one where Dana went missing, like the one where they all went into the dog park and they were in that house. and it was
Oh,
really
yeah.
weird.
That was an odd episode.
They're all odd episodes.
Yeah.
But that was really odd. That was like, I felt creeped out by that one.
The Sandstorm Part 2 was pretty bad.
Oh yeah.
When he was just like talking about Kevin.
And they had like hearts on the floor and all that. And,
Yeah.
Like, blood on the walls.
Yeah,
And...
that was really creepy.
Yeah.
I remember that. That's one of the creepiest. Also, when he just goes on to like a weird conversation, and sometimes they're like advertisements, and
Yeah.
when it's just weird, and I'm not really listening at first, and then I just get really creeped out by it.
There's just. Yeah, it's just like. The traffic always gets me. Whatever episode it is, it's always the traffic that I'm just like, what? Like, it's just kind of show that. No, I don't think any other show can get that kind of reaction out of you where you're not just scared. It's not scared, it's just like, you're just a little on edge now.
Yeah.
More on edge than you were before. And it's not like any other show that I would consider scary. Like, look, maybe American Horror Story has got me that, like, it's just like, okay, I just need a minute. And I'll be fine. But it just shakes you up.
Hannibal's done that to me, but mostly because it's just gory rather than scary.
I don't mind gore. But I suppose with Welcome To Night Vale,
I
you're
say that
imagining it.
I mean, mostly I don't mind gore, but Hannibal steps it
Yeah,
over the
yeah,
line a little
I
bit.
don't mind gore. Like, I'm happy with any zombie film or vampire film, but when the angel thing, when they were
Oh
cutting
god.
that was gross. I stopped watching Hannibal because of that episode.
I thought the mushroom was pretty bad.
The what one?
The
The
fungi.
Oh god, that
No,
wasn't
it
it.
wasn't so bad.
Like, it was kind of just like... Ugh. But no, Hannibal. Hannibal doesn't mess me up that much because... I don't know, it's more about psychological. And that side of it is the darker bit for me rather than the actual bodies and stuff. But, I don't know, it's kind of... That is freaky, I
We
guess.
should just exile Hannibal to Night Vale. He would fit in just fine.
Yeah.
He really would.
Fair enough.
He could like have a shop and just try and get big Ricos, like to be as big as big.
Someone please write that. I want that right now. Just like, you know when someone says something and you're like, I didn't realise I wanted that until...
Yeah.
It's the only place to eat is Big Ricos, so we need a Hannibal shop.
Fair enough. Maybe it should happen.
Yeah, but
his food
nobody
is
does a
apparently nice.
slice like Big Rico's.
Should we do 1 year later then?
Shall we?
I mean,
Who wants to start?
it was the main one with plot. Like, none of them really had plot before. This one was just like, it was something you actually like scared about something happening in the
And
story.
it was like a major development of Cecil and Carlos's relationship.
It was
And,
like we know it's not no longer one sided. We know
Yeah.
now it's actually like both
yeah.
of them.
I just wanted to see you.
And it was really cute when they went on their date. Oh,
Yeah.
I think it was just.
people wearing trousers.
I think the worst bit was though when he was talking about to the friends and family and stuff like that. Because like, you know, he does it like every episode for the interns, and it's like, well, to the friends and family, we're really sorry for this loss. And it's like, and then he just like, he tries to say it, he just can't. And he's like, and he starts like getting angry about the trophy and stuff. And I'm just there like, no, you shouldn't be sad. Where's your cheerleader voice? Bring it back. You know, be happy about something. And then it's just like the episode is just like, oh. You just feel so bad. And then when he comes back, it's like, thank God. I don't think I could continue listening to it if Carlos died.
But I still really miss the Apache tracker.
I hate the Apache tracker with my entire like soul. It's just,
I did not like him, but I miss him. Like
I miss him too because it feels like there's something missing.
I didn't like him until he died for Carlos.
No, because I just
Okay,
loved whenever Cecil brought him up, like just the anger in his voice when he was talking about him.
But it's not
He's
just him.
racist.
There's still what's the other guy he always goes? Steve Carlbrook. Yeah, him. You still got him.
I hate him.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
I don't think there's any legitimate reason to hate Steve Carlsberg. I don't
There
really
is
hate him.
No one likes him.
Was there a legitimate reason to hate the Apache tracker? Or whatever?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
he was
'cause he was
racist.
racist.
Yeah.
He was dressing up as the tracker. Well,
And then he said, into a Native American who was Russian.
Who just spoke Russian.
I got that. It's stuff like that in one side of me like, okay. Alright, I'll go with this. Like, I don't think there's many shows where you can suspend that disbelief and just go, alright, that happened. Like, maybe cartoons.
Oh God, can we talk about Megan, the adult man's hand?
Yeah, what the hell was that? It was just...
and it's a really weird image.
And then I got really emotional because you know recently like she got a body.
Oh,
And then-
yeah.
And then Cecil was talking about like
Talking to the computer was just like...
walking down the street and like I don't know, I got really emotional at that point. Because he was like maybe she'll be able to say hi back or whatever.
It was just so odd. It was just Meg, who was just a disembodied hand. It was like... How... Sometimes... Okay, they are based on the books, right? Is this something that like, they just make up and they're like, why not?
Well, I made my dad listen to the first episode.
I mean, my dad is the first.
And he was sitting there like, he just had the most blank expression on his face. And he was like, so basically someone just wrote down the first thing that came to their head. And then now it's a podcast.
I love my sister listened to like 2 of them, and we were having like a mini sleepover, even though we live in the same house. She's older than
Yeah, I
me
get
as
you.
well, and it was the one where there's that boy going through a field and the
Yeah.
stuff, and the Crow. And they were talking also about blood rituals, and my family's Christian, so it was a bit weird. But she kind of enjoyed it.
I think we were on a holiday, and I've been forcing my family system to Cabin Pressure the whole time because I had no internet, so I had to listen to something. So I'd just been marathoning Cabin Pressure, and my family had got used to it and mostly liked it, so it was fine. And then Dad was like, "Do you have anything else to listen to? I haven't got any music." And I was like, "Fine, I got this." And I gave him Welcome to Night Vale, and he just was sunbathing with it, and then he took it off, and he was just like, what did I just listen to? And I was like, it's great. You're like, I'm gonna make him listen to more. It's fine. But yeah, he hasn't. I've actually got him into listening the whole of Cabin Pressure now, which is good. He only listened to like 10 before. But I'm trying to think about things from Welcome to Night Vale. Like, I have you seen the Welcome to Night Vale head canons? They're like, that's like a really popular Tumblr that they kind of I don't know, they've been going on like a few months hiatus now, but they were like, anyone can send in their headcanons, they'll print them. And I don't know, there's lots of favourite ones on there when it's just like Steve Carlsberg is actually Cecil's friend, and he just does the annoyance in his voice to annoy him. Just like, it's just really Cecil's like, did you hear about me talking about you on the podcast, on the radio? And like, yes, Cecil, I heard. And I really like that idea.
That's actually really cute.
Yeah. I mean, that's so awesome. There's also stuff like, people of Night Vale are overreact to everything. It's like Street Cleaning Day, which is basically just cleaning, and everyone's going, ah! And the people who are just cleaning up are like, what are these people doing? They're hiding inside their houses, screaming. We're just clearing up the streets.
Well, I really like that Tumblr post where it was like, Night Vale is just a normal place, and Cecil was just like tripping acid.
Oh my god.
That'll be a great action. I kind of just want an episode, just to watch it.
Yeah.
I don't know if the problem with that is because not everyone's got their own idea of it. I mean, we all agree on some things, but most of it's just like, no, I have an idea of this and I have an idea of this. So it'd be really hard to try and incorporate so that everyone's happy.
I think we should keep it that way because that's kind of the beauty of the show.
Yeah, but I just feel sometimes I just want to watch a particular moment or particular things so I can actually know what is actually going on. Like, it's hard listening to it and being like, I don't understand. Like, when it's like, there's a thing that's here. I can't describe it, and I can't tell you what shape or size it is, but it's here, and I'm like,
Helpful.
I'm already trying to picture this enough as it is, and there's just a thing is here. That's like, great,
But there
thanks.
are like some things that you couldn't really show. Like, it's better just to try and imagine it like the sheriff as a office on a cloud or something.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you showed that, it wouldn't be so funny. Or like,
I guess.
Yeah.
I really hope that they don't make a Nightvale movie. I mean, they won't. They're not going to. They never sell the rights.
It's the most popular podcast in America, and you know what Americans are like, so it could happen.
Yeah, but they'd never sell the rights. Would they? Would they?
They're very happy to give it to people for free, and I'm hoping that gives me enough hope that they won't release it as anything else, because it takes a lot of integrity to keep something like this free rather than making people pay for it.
Yeah.
Especially the only money they can get right now is from donations and sponsorships. And the sponsorships they get, I don't know if they actually are sponsored by some people they mention in the podcast, or if they just use those names.
yeah, and it's really funny. Like in some episodes, like we need donations from you to keep on, but like it's in the Nightvale radio world,
Yeah.
and it's like, are you talking to me or what? But there's a new podcast that has Carlos's voice, and I really want to.
Oh, the one that was lively broadcast.
Yeah, be able to pay for it. No one listened to it, but I don't know how to convince my dad to pay for it.
There were some clips you can find online which I listened to.
I don't really want to, like, if they want us to pay for it, I'd pay for it.
I know. I register that. But sometimes they gotta realise I don't pay for any shows I watch or any music I listen to.
I don't pay for anything at all. I mean, I should, really.
Most I pay for is SoundCloud. To get these podcasts up, it's like £9.99 a month. I'm like, So I think I take all. But yeah, it's just. I think small businesses and stuff like that normally understand that some people just won't buy. Like Cabin Pressure, John Finnemore, he was like, I don't care how you listen to it. I'm just glad that people listen to it. But then BBC made him take that back so that they just buy audiobooks.
What is Cabin Pressure?
It's
That's interesting, because
it's a radio show from BBC One. No, BBC. I don't know what BBC Radio has. A BBC Radio. I think it's 4. And it has Benedict Cumberbatch, Roger Allen, Stephanie Cole, Anthony Head's in it, and John Finnemore. Yeah, and it's just basically a really good show about like a small company airline with 4 people, and yeah, it's a really good show. And the last episode was I think 2 weeks ago, and it had broken the records of how many people wanted to be there for the live recording of it. It had like 22,000, and there's only like 200 seats.
Wow, how did they pick?
I think it was first come first serve, as it normally is with the BBC. And the annoying part is that some people have openly admitted they were only there for Benedict Cumberbatch, and they've never heard the show before. And it was like, why would you get into it when it's the that I feel like people are allowed to do, like people are allowed to go into shows that they've never seen before. Like that's fine, but if it's the last episode and there's only 200 seats available, it doesn't matter if it's Benedict Cumberbatch in there. Go watch him in a cinema or in a theatre. Go see him in the premiere.
Yeah.
Don't take up a seat in the last episode of a popular radio show. That's just disrespectful, I think.
I had a massive problem getting... I never saw Coriolanus because I couldn't get tickets for it. And I got really angry because I was always in the Coriolanus tag, like looking for people giving away tickets. Like, please, 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 I really want to see this. Because I love Shakespeare.
Same.
I adore
really want those tickets.
Shakespeare. Yeah. And I adore Tom Hiddleston. And it was like... this is the perfect thing for me. But there were all these people in the tags like, oh lol, I didn't understand the play, but I just watched it for Tom Hiddleston, and I was like,
That's annoying.
The annoying part is that it's those shows they often record and put on online, like they do with The Much Ado About Nothing I went to see with David Tennant and Catherine Tate, which is like one of my favourite plays. And yeah, I haven't seen Coriolanus yet, and it's one of the ones I really want to see. It's like Othello. I haven't seen that yet either. And I really wanted to get the tickets, but as soon as I went on, they were out, and it was just like... Yeah. I kind of gave up hope after that. I was like, Tom Hiddleston, just... There weren't going to be free tickets anywhere. But no, they've got that recorded, and it's actually online. They can watch it digitally.
Yeah, I saw it on YouTube.
Yeah, so...
But it's not like being there in person.
I know. I just mean that, like, people who just like Tom Hiddleston, it annoys me when they go to theatre things they don't actually want to see, they're just doing it for people. Like, go to a Comic-Con when they turn up. Do something like that. Yeah. Don't just do it for that. I guess it's not really fair, though, because, like, if that's your, like, only chance to see someone, then fair enough. I think I'm more angry at Cabin Pressure because I didn't get to see it, which is kind of unfair. But it's just, you know, if you're, like, a hardcore fan, if you've never seen it before, and you've taken up the seat on the last ever recorded episode, like, I would have been angry if it wasn't the last recorded episode. If it was any other episode, I think I'd be fine with it. Because it must have happened before. Especially around season 3, when he was Sherlock. But, I don't know, just the last episode, that just seems a bit annoying. Anyway, we'll go back to Welcome to Night Vale. This is what happened with the Merlin podcast. I'm trying to think of any more headcanons that were, like...
It's popular. Just really hard to talk about because there's so much to talk about, and people haven't made videos. Like, I usually watch videos about whatever fandom I'm in, but they don't. They make more fan fiction and like fan art.
Yeah, the fan art is. Don't worry. Fan art is a thing of Welcome to Night Vale that I don't know if I've ever seen a fandom have so much fan art with so little content.
Yeah.
If you're not.
Yeah.
I think it's completely not, I wouldn't say out of proportion, but it's just like there's so much fan art for like one small part of an episode. Like I'll see it like 10 times, and small headcanons I'll see people redraw people's ideas, and I think that's really awesome. So everyone has like a different idea, and you all get all these like images mixed up in your head of what kind of thing you like. So that's always good. Yeah, you can. There's not many fan videos and things because.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm so annoyed.
Don't worry. Yeah, because you can't really do fan videos. There's quite a few playlists. There's one called Black Helicopters, which is my favourite because there's all this creepy music. And I love creepy music because I make a lot of Psycho Teeth playlists. But yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, as you do.
It's fun. Yeah, there's quite a bit of fan fiction. I haven't seen that much though. I don't know if that's just.
I've never read a Welcome to Night Vale fanfiction. I don't know what's
I've
out
seen
there.
some, but I've never been intrigued enough to actually read them.
I don't like the way they write Cecil or Carlos. Like, a lot of people don't write Cecil as he appears in the show, and that's fair enough. I mean, it's how you interpret the character. But, like, sometimes they make him, like, really kind of hipster, where he doesn't, like, I don't know, where he doesn't actually like anything about Welcome to Night Vale. It was just kind of all an act for the show. And I'm like, no, that's not Cecil. Is it? Is it? I don't want it to be Cecil.
He's just
Yeah.
happy. You want him to be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the idea that he just genuinely loves Nightvale and all that is. But like the last episode we had where he's kind of like felt like he was trapped up there, I was like, wait, so does he not like what he does? I always get torn about that. But I don't know. I've seen so many Carlos fanfiction where he's just like Carlos doesn't really care that much about Cecil until the 1 year later, and I'm like, no, I don't want that to happen either.
I think that Carlos always cared about Cecil. He just didn't have any time to express it because he was doing so much science. Yeah.
I don't know. I sort of want to like somehow go to Nightvale, just see what the situation's like.
It would be too terrifying. I don't know.
It would.
I want to go for
And
like
also,
a minute.
when he was saying how he's travelled Europe, the rest of Europe sounds terrifying as well. You're
Yeah.
stuck in this
Yeah.
world.
It just sounds like a really cool universe to visit, but not be a part of.
I want to like observe it from outside.
Yeah.
You could be one of the angels and just kind of.
Yeah.
You don't exist then.
Maybe the angels are just humans from our world who got weirdly trapped.
I really like some of the.
I swear they don't exist as much as mountains. I always forget that. It's like, how can they say this mountain don't exist? Like, nah, they don't exist. I don't know what you're talking about. Have you ever seen a mountain? It's like, but yeah.
And when Dana was like, I'm just going to have to confront this mountain is real.
That's the thing I wonder about how Carlos lives there. Because it's just like, guys, no, mountains do exist. Like, I suppose they're in a desert, so they probably don't see them.
Yeah.
But it's just the idea where he's there like, no, guys, this is a thing, I promise. Like, no.
We've never seen most of the planets. We know they exist. You just do. You don't really question it.
Fair enough.
When we were talking about creepy episodes, the one where they went in the forest and there was like voices, I can't exactly remember what happened, but that really creeped me out.
The Whispering Forest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird. And they were like saying such nice things like, your hair looks really nice today. I need my own Whispering Forest.
I really like Valentine's Day episode. Except whereas, I mean, I think that's the one where they went on the date, right? Or was that
No.
first date?
First date was when they
Yeah,
went on the
I
date.
remember that as soon as after I said it. Valentine's Day was just creepy, it's like, don't be someone's Valentine's Day. Valentine's, otherwise you will die. The first date was really cool. When it was like, you had to exit through the window of the restaurant, the doors had disappeared, and everyone was turning into, black orbs or something. I don't know. That was like one of my favourites, because I was kind of like laughing, and then it was just like those two being cute at the end of the date. Like, do you want to stand around pointing and screaming? Nah, I did some of that earlier. I just really want to go talk about Nightvale just to see how they live for a while. Not get involved at all. Just like be invisible to them. But just see what it's like there.
I don't know, I'd be too scared. I think I would probably just be too scared I would die and I would just not go there at all.
But it's like if you didn't have to interact, like you were sort of like invisible. And then you could exit whenever you wanted to.
Yeah, that would be quite nice, wouldn't it?
It's just like, I don't know. The first few episodes I didn't like so much because I mean it sets up quite a bit, but they're not as weird as they are now.
Yeah.
And now I feel like before they had only like 1 or 2 things in it, so now it's just like 6 things are going on. You're like, I don't know what's going on, but I love what's going on. I think it's great.
And I really like how they mention things and then kind of go back to them. Like there was a lot of setting up and
Yeah.
like with the lady who reads out numbers, that was mentioned quite a few episodes before.
Were they?
And
Oh.
I was watching, I can't remember what it was, but they were just mentioning it. And then you get the 42nd episode. I really like that episode. I thought it was cool.
Which one was that?
The most recent one.
Oh, was it? I wasn't paying attention to how long it was.
And she kind of broke down.
Yeah.
And that's when he was like, oh.
I was
what
just
am I
singing.
doing? Yeah, it was a good episode.
That her singing rivals mine on the level of how bad it was. It was great. What was she singing? Raw, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think she sang something else as well.
It was great. I don't know.
It was really cute when he was doing the episode when it was like 15-year-old Cecil and he was recording stuff.
Yeah.
And that was played by Cecil Baldwin. And he just had a higher voice and then they sped it up by like 5%.
Really?
That's pretty cool.
Okay, so is the voice Cecil Baldwin, but Cecil is Cecil Palmer?
Yeah.
Is that
The
it?
actor's name's Cecil Baldwin and the character is Cecil Palmer.
Alright.
That's what I've gathered.
Well,
So I
actually,
see the mix up everywhere. Like, I feel like no one really... I know that's what the voice actor's called, but I feel like they're called both. Like, I swear in the show when it's like Lot 31 or something, when it was like, I think they called him Cecil Baldwin.
Maybe
Well-
one of them's his mother's name and one of them's his father's name. Maybe he just interchanges.
well, originally he was just called Cecil and the actor was like, so am I playing myself in this world? Or is it a different character? And they were just like, you don't really need to know, just carry on. And then eventually, because when they were, the writers were searching online, they couldn't find the actual Cecil Baldwin, they could only find this character. So they made a canon name.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I watched the interview just for you. Just
Hey!
you know what to do. It's an hour long. I hope you appreciate it.
Was that the one where he was at... Was that the one where it was like a panel?
It's for Geek and Sundry.
Interesting. I was thinking of something, I can't remember what it was.
What's the hardest you've laughed while listening to an episode?
I never I don't really laugh out loud on it.
Yes, you do.
Like,
Alright.
She was
Okay.
listening to it on the train on the way here. Like every few minutes, she'd just laugh.
I was doing that because you were on Tumblr and laughing, and I was wanting to get some payback.
Really?
I'm pretty sure there's a moment in the first or second episode. I can't remember what it was, but I know I actually laughed out loud at that bit.
See, for me, there are 2 moments. I think the
You're
first one was...
putting your thing down.
like,
Don't-
serious.
Serious.
The first one, I think it was just like, Cecil was like, and now a word from our sponsors. And then it was just these noises like...
Oh yeah! That moaning. That was excellent. No, I didn't laugh at that bit.
And then the second bit for me, I really don't know why I found this so funny, but I think it was Larry Leroy was talking about the man in the tan jacket. And he called him one name, like they went to interview him and he called him like Emmett or something, and then the second time he called him like a different name,
Yeah.
and they're like, I thought you said that this is his name. And he just goes, don't bog me down, son. But then he goes, Cecil was like, and then he proceeded to slap the microphone, which made the following noise. And then she's like, the microphone.
Yeah, there's just some moments where you're just like, what? What were they doing when they recorded this? But that moaning noise, I did laugh the entire time that was going on.
How does Cecil not laugh when he's recording? Like the actor Cecil Baldwin, how does he just keep it in?
I think that's the problem with most actors. Like sometimes you just listen, you're like, okay, how are you keeping this in?
Well, they do record it quite a lot of times. I think you'd be just over the joke after a while.
Just be desensitized to it.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, it'd be hard to just. The moaning bit. How many times have you
I
cracked
couldn't
up
say that.
halfway
I
through?
couldn't say that kind of stuff with a straight face. who else can say that sort of weird stuff with just a straight face?
I think it'd be really fun to read though.
Yeah.
But you'd have to for podcasts like that. You'd have to have really. You have to do like what news reporters do. You have to change your voice. But he does it in a way that you are allowed to zone out and then zone back in at really bad times. So like, I think that's a really good method. While most things like that, they would make him vary his voice more, so that you would have to pay attention. Like, that's one of the news, and it's really annoying. You're like, today this has happened. There are 30, and you're like, okay, can you just talk normally for a minute? But it does keep your attention. That's what it's meant to do. But like with Welcome to Night Vale, that only keeps your attention for certain moments. Oh, okay. I think one of the best examples of that was one of the times I laughed hardest at was when it was the Kill Your Double episode. And then there was talking about how in ancient runes in blood or something, there was the kill your double. And it's like, and it also has this YouTube link to the cat playing with boxes. He just loves those boxes. And I would just like crying.
Yeah, that was an audio post, wasn't it? Like Nightvale in 50 seconds or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Can I just talk quickly about a story about you? Because that's my favourite episode, when he's talking about someone doing the stuff and they're doing the stuff. And I can't even imagine myself as the thing. I don't know if anyone else did.
Oh yeah, I don't mean to. Yeah, that one's. It's a weird one to listen to because you're like, whoa.
It breaks the style, but I think
anything that breaks the fourth wall is amazing.
it's just a really good episode because you kind of imagine yourself doing all that stuff and
yeah. The show gets really heavy, and as soon as you put yourself in a situation, you're like, jeez. Like, I mean, it's one of those shows that is so distant from reality, then I'll put parts of reality in it, and then it kind of just messes you up.
Like when he was talking about, like, oblivion and death. And
Yeah.
stuff, that was really deep, and I had to just... I was like, whoa.
There's so many parts of the show you just need to take a moment
Yeah.
to just continue.
Yeah, I remember that one where he was talking about something about candle wax. No, it was like really deep. I can't remember.
This is candle wax.
I can't remember exactly what he was saying, but it was just. Oh, do you not know?
it was about
It was
candle
something,
wax.
it was something
really
about
deep.
wax. It was really deep. It made me cry.
I've got to say the best thing about this fandom though, is the Nightvale Twitter. Like, there is nothing on earth that makes me laugh as hard as those tweets. Please tell me you guys seen them.
Your man card has been revoked.
Yeah, I've seen
What was it? Manic Pixie Dream Tarantula.
Oh,
And then he-
it's like your soulmate's out there somewhere. They can't hide your CCTV.
My entire Facebook is just me sharing the posts from the Nightvale Facebook, just the weird ones, because I'm trying to get my family to all unfriend me. So I just routinely do that.
I make my friends know that I do not use Facebook ever. I used to use it for homework, but now I've got it all written down. So I don't need to use Facebook anymore. And then just occasionally people are like, "Oh, well, you didn't reply to me on this message." Like, I don't go in there. It's like, then how am I meant to know where you're gonna come to stuff? It's like, text me. That simple. Tell me on my Tumblr. I will answer you straight away. That's a lie. I'll answer at some point. No, I avoid using Facebook now.
People are like, Eleanor, you're so hard to shop for. What do you like? Just look at my Tumblr. It's
Do you really want it?
literally all there.
You have to think. The thing with Tumblr is you have to decide whether you want to share your Tumblr.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I've actually got like split off into 3. I have a lot of other Tumblrs, but like anything I don't want on my main Tumblr goes to one of my other ones. So, because my older sister uses my Tumblr because she doesn't use her own. She doesn't have one. Then my Imogen has a Tumblr, but she never goes on it. And she occasionally looks at mine. And then it links to like my Twitter and stuff. And I don't want to put everything on there, I feel. So it's like trying to decide whether you want people to see your Tumblr. It's just like, do you care at this point? Like, I've limited my friends down to like, if you don't like my Tumblr, I probably don't like you that much.
I've given up at this point. Like, I'm too disorganised to have a separate blog where I'm like, oh look, this is me. This is normal me. Look at me. I'm so great. But, you know, to be honest, I just don't care anymore.
My dad has my Tumblr password, so that's the level at which I care.
Nice.
Non-existent.
On my dad's computer where I do all the editing, he practically works through Google Chrome, which sucks because Google Chrome's the best. But I can't unlog him from that. But I need the stuff from my Google to log into Facebook, SoundCloud, YouTube. So I have to open Internet Explorer, the pain. But the Tumblr, the YouTube, and everything else is pretty much always logged in on that side. So if Dad just opens Internet, it just, I don't know what would come up. But because it's true about Tumblr, you just don't know when porn's gonna come up. But it's guaranteed to happen if someone you know is in the room.
Yeah, because like my room, the hallway is like my doors are always open, so people just walk past my room, and occasionally I can't be bothered to sneakily go to another tab when I'm on Tumblr, so I just carry on scrolling casually. But I'm always worried that something bad gonna come up, and then just pray while I scroll down that nothing bad happens.
See, I tried to make sure I got rid of any weird ones, because I used to follow like a fan artist who was really good, but every so often they post really explicit bondage stuff, and I'm like, okay, I like your art, I'll check up on your art tag, I'm just gonna unfollow you for the moment. And they never tagged anything, which, to be fair, I haven't tagged anything, so I can't say shit. So I got kind of rid of those blogs as often as I could. But nowadays it's like there will be drawings of NSFW people or like characters, and I'll be like, I may not reblog this onto my page, but I don't mind having this on my dash. So I have to deal with the fact that if that's there, then and then when someone walks in, I have to deal with the fact that it happened. I'm like, yeah, I follow this blog. I think at a certain point with Tom, you just got to stop caring. I'm pretty sure my mum caught me reading fanfiction once. I think I left it up while I went to the bathroom or something. And it was a long drawn out one where like they'd all been friends and stuff, that there was like no smart, and then it was on the chapter of the smart, and I went upstairs and Mum went down. She's like, what is this?
I think that my parents know what my Tumblr URL is, because sometimes I'll post things on there, like I'll just be talking about my life or something like that, and they'll somehow know, but I haven't said anything about it in real life, and I'm a little sorry if you're sorry. I know I'm a disappointment.
My link's to my Twitter, and my parents live on Twitter. They know.
See, my parents just stay away from the internet because they don't know how to use it that well.
Lucky.
Yeah.
See, my life is like, my dad can know anything. Like, when I say he has the password for my Tumblr, I mean, he has my password for everything that I have, like my laptop, my phone, whatever.
It's reasonable enough, but my dad's worse memory than me, so we claim this.
But my mum, it's like, my mum can't know anything. Don't tell my mum anything.
Just the fear in your eyes now.
Mum, don't watch this.
Yeah. I think Tumblr's kind of a tricky place, because, I mean, you can love it. I mean, I've gone out of that time when I thought it was the best thing ever. I still think it's pretty great, it's pretty much my favourite social media platform. But, you know that there's problematic things in it now.
Yeah.
And most of the time you'll see an argument and you're like, I'm not sure which side of this argument I'm on, so I'm just going to stay away from this. And often when you choose the side of an argument, you're going to be targeted. So you just back
I've
off.
given up caring. I used to avoid getting into those kinds of arguments, but
I used to
care
get
anymore.
into those arguments, and now I'm like, let's think about this. The main one where I intervened was, oh god, it's such a British thing. It was someone was talking about Cheryl Cole, and they were saying how she's a piece of trash because she's from a working class background, and that she doesn't deserve what she came to. And I was like, you cannot like the way she looks. Fine, fair enough. Who gives a shit? Loads of people like her. She likes the way she looks. People love her. You can just go away. I don't like Cheryl Cole, by the way, that much, but it's this. And then they were like, yeah, but her music sucks. Like, doesn't matter. People buy it. You don't have to listen to it. But it's the fact that they had to criticize her working class background. It's like, you're a piece of shit. You can go jump off a cliff. We don't need you in our lives. Clearly, it doesn't matter that much to you. And he started messaging me, and I was like, I'm gonna fight back with every word I've got. And nowadays, I'm just like, I don't want to answer asks like this anymore. I'm just gonna stop. The main ones I get are "You're the Dean period girl," which I caused because I saw the gift set again, which is about the dean covered in blood, and it was like,
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah.
What is that?
I feel it's inaccurate. It was from Smallville.
Okay.
And I get asked that so often, I'm like, it's from Smallville. I just leave it. And I saw it and I was like, and I occasionally get the message then going, oh, was this is you, what, your comment, right? I'm like, yeah, that's what I said. I didn't make it. Go talk to the maker of the gifts, okay? And I said, I thought maybe, you know, if I changed my URL, people would stop sending this message, but no, I always get the, you're the Dean period girl. So people copy and paste that message and send it to my article every 5 minutes now, and it's just streaming these messages, and I'm like...
that they found you, though, that's commitment.
People are always
It's
willing
kinda
to find you
creepy.
to piss you off, I swear.
No one messaged me, not even with hate. If I got hate, I would be like, oh, thank you. You
I'll
talked to
send you
me.
hate.
I actually don't get hate anymore, it's really cool.
I've never
get-
got a non-hate, and I'm pretty sad about it actually because it means that I'm not.
I got things that are like fucking queer and I'm like, I know, right? And then they just go away. I occasionally got like slice scum and I was like, alright, go ahead. That's the best you got, go for it. Oh no, I did get once about like autistic people should die, and I was like,
Oh my god.
you know, I'm not even gonna respond to this, I'm gonna let Tumblr do the work for me. They deleted their blog. So
It's a good outcome for all.
yeah, it was. Yeah, I don't really get a non-hate anymore. I need to get like cute and non just saying you're so cute. I'm like, thank you. And it just makes my day. Like nothing puts a smile better than that. And sometimes I just get really weird parts of conversation. Like sometimes they'll just like quote something I've posted before, and I'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. Oh no, that's a lie. The main thing I get right now is about the Elsa thing, because that's gotten even more popular recently. And I get, oh my god, you drew it like this, can you draw it like this? I'm like, no, it's not my art, leave me alone. I'm like one away from actually just putting on my side, those aren't my drawings, leave me alone. Don't post things ever, guys. We went away from Welcome to Night Vale again.
He goes off track quite a lot,
Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
we're doing what he's doing.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, we're just following in the spirit of the show.
Exactly.
And now, the weather.
Who's going to sing for us?
I think Welcome the bus is late is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Like the first time I heard this, I was like, this is a piece of
The
crap.
thing is, every time I'm at a bus stop and it's raining, I'm like,
Yeah.
gotta Snapchat this, waiting for the bus in the rain.
That's exactly what I do! Anyone always starts to list have to deal with it, you think, waiting for the bus to rain. And I sing it under my breath while playing the song. And people just look at me like, I don't care, it's a song. I think it's the greatest thing ever.
I think it's possibly my most quoted song of all time.
Yeah.
Like I quote song lyrics in text and stuff like quite often because I'm just that kind of person.
Yeah.
But, like it's lyrics are just like I'm waiting for the bus. Where's the bus? I'm waiting for the bus. Where's the bus?
There was one where it was raining and it was 40 minutes till the bus came. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's broken down or something. I was just pissed off. Yeah, I had there's 3 tweets about it because I was just so pissed off at the time. Great day. And I was just listening to the song on repeat, like waiting for the bus in the rain. And I was like really hoping that it would arrive when the song said the bus arrived. Didn't know. I wanted to time it perfectly, but it never happened. Sometimes I feel like
this
it
is
happens
how
in
reality
movies.
just crushes your dreams.
I think music helps though, because if you've got the right music on when you're doing a certain activity, just suddenly makes life better.
Yeah.
Like anytime I'm out walking, if I have a leather jacket and like pop punk music, I don't know, I just think you can conquer the world a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys interpret the weather as on Welcome to Night Vale? Like, do you actually interpret it as a version of...
that much.
Like, some people, like, actually like, some people say it's, like, what are the headcanons? One of them was, that the government doesn't actually want people to know what the weather is, so they put music tracks on top of it, and everyone just thinks they've accidentally switched stations or something at the time. Another one was just that it is what the weather is, but they do it in such a way that you have to try and just assume what the weather is by the tone of the music.
I reckon Cecil puts on music and then looks out the window. Observes the weather while he's listening to the weather.
Yeah, it's like...
Yeah, maybe that's the thing. Maybe he's actually saying that you should look at the weather while listening to his music. This is use it to look at the weather to.
What lovely weather.
Yeah. You know, no, because you have songs which suit weather.
Yeah.
Like all the guitar-y songs must be for like sun and stuff,
yeah.
and all the like
Not
ones
true.
with proper good bass stuff. They must be for
Waiting
like
for the bus to
storms.
rain, it must have been raining that day.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously.
But also they live in a desert, so it's probably just sunny all the time. So there's not much you can
Yeah,
say.
Yeah, but on the other hand, it's Nightvale.
Yeah,
so
it's not bad.
Fair enough.
I'm just kind of like acid rain or something then. I don't know, I always imagine Welcome to Night Vale the same way. It's like, it's just desert with purple sky, and it's like glow clouds over you. Like the clouds are always sparkling in my head. Most things are like sparkles, I can't lie.
everyone likes sparkles.
They're excellent.
Sparkles are the best.
My
We all
sister,
say staring at your lovely leggings.
they're my sisters actually, but I was like, I'm gonna steal these, I'm sorry. I really wanted to find something that would have like an eye on it. Didn't have anything. That was sad. I still haven't decided. I think what we said for next week was going to be Hunger Games books and films 1 and 2, because the films are going to split up anyway, aren't they? To 1 and 2. I mean 3 and 4. So we need to split in half that way. I don't actually know how long this is going on for. It's only been an hour. That's not that long.
Not compared to our 2-hour one.
No.
What was that one?
That took like
It was
3
the
days.
casual one, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It took like 3 days to turn into an audio file. Actually, audio file's pretty quick, but getting it to audio and then uploading it to SoundCloud, then just downloading it and then uploading it to YouTube. That's like 4 separate days, including with the day of editing. So I used to just on Sundays stay up all night getting it to all of them. Nowadays I'm like, I can't do that anymore. I like sleep too much. Because I would literally go to bed at like 2 and be like, Jesus Christ. And that was when our podcast was shorter anyway, and most of it wasn't in video, so exporting would be easier. But nowadays, video, man. And because we used the good camera last time, it even fucked it up even more. Because that camera is, that one's like for cinemas style. So trying to use that on like a basic YouTube uploader, it was not happy. But no, I'm splitting it up. I'm gonna try and do it the weekend after the podcast now, which is easier for me. Also means I can do homework, because I always forget I have homework on the Saturday and just end up playing games. I went up 2 achievements yesterday. I was so happy. You get to take all that now. That's a prize.
It's all colour coordinated as well. Look at that. 5 second rule.
Eat it all together.
To let you know, I'm collecting footage for outtakes in the future.
Wonder.
That's exactly what I said.
That's such a valid point. Are you okay? This doesn't go into the podcast, it's going into the outtakes, just so you know.
If I throw I'm really good.
Do you put all of them in your mouth at once?
That's who did it. You didn't have to do it.
Comical.
Oh yeah, you're a follower. I forgot.
Suddenly I have no worries about how the TC bonding night's gonna go. Anyone know if they can or can't go to that yet?
We can. I can.
Yeah.
I was almost
Yeah.
able to not, but
I'm
the thing
making
is,
Able to not.
because I live with my mum, but yesterday I moved in with my dad,
Mm.
and my dad's like, do whatever you want, whereas my mum's like, you can't do anything.
But also,
Fair
like, how many people are doing the Rooster Teeth podcast? Because I don't watch Rooster Teeth, so even though I'm coming, I
Well,
won't.
that makes you a loser.
Well, we'd only do it for like an hour and a half, and then we could go to our normal activities. Who would be on it? You, me, Amy, Imogen, Jessie, and maybe Liz. It depends. I don't know if she's coming over or if she's just staying in a hotel, because they're only coming down for like a day, I think.
How do you even get to Comic-Con from your house?
Guess what I didn't do?
It was good you did. Oh no, we missed that.
I know! Guys, though.
We have the audio. That's so good.
The audio's even better. I can't see what's going on. Actually, no, because they recorded it for a few seconds and then decided it wanted to stop. So, you never know how.
Hopefully you captured that beauty that was you getting.
What do I do? You get
It's
you
all
get
gone
overground. No.
now. Yay!
You go overground to Canada water, then you go underground somewhere where you take the DLR. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm so helpful. Last time I was there though, the DLR wasn't working. So everyone went to the station where you meant to get the DLR and then walked the rest of the way. And it was great. It was like a marathon of people just in costume. It was excellent. It looked like some sort of fun run that was raising money so everyone was dressed up. And you just see like on the way there, you just saw so many people, like normal dressed people just looking over like, what the hell is going on? It was terrible though. We kind of just stopped traffic because we just walked across the road. But it was really good. I mean, it was more stress than I wanted to on that day. And because I just felt kind of gross afterwards because like you have to walk. And I had makeup on which kind of sweat, so I had to redo it.
Do you buy tickets there or do you get that?
I don't go
I
in.
buy tickets there.
I did that. I've done that twice. I didn't think going in was worth it. Which, it depends on who's there. But, yeah, I don't know. It's just not worth it for me. I don't really care about the merchandise that much. And seeing people at panels, yeah, I get. It's just like an extra 10, 15 quid as well on top of the 10 getting in. And when I prefer the whole socialising aspect of it. And also just generally taking pictures of cosplayers, getting pictures done with you, making new friends. I know quite a lot of cosplayers who I see pretty much every 4 months because of the stuff I go to. So that's why I kind of go. So I don't actually go for the actual Comic-Con aspect of it, I guess.
I used to-
We have no one to talk to, so.
I
You
used
have
to
to,
go
you
for
have
the
to make
merch.
friends. That's how it
I
works.
can't do that in real life.
Yeah, it depends how you dress. Is that like Charlie?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I tried to do it the first time. It didn't work out very well. I'm going through these too much.
I'm
But
cosplaying Charlie there, but I have a wig as well. I just felt like wearing it.
well, there's a group of cosplayers called the Supernatural Cosplayers. I know, genius name. And I meet up with them every few months. And when I can be bothered to dress up Supernatural, because I only ever do Charlie because it's like I've got red hair. I do Abaddon. That's a lie. I do Abaddon quite often. But they're a really great group of people. And yeah, they have a Facebook group. And they're just pretty cool people. And they always go to Comic-Con. So I know I've seen them for like 3 years in a row. And then occasionally whenever they do meetups. So yeah, you just kind of get to know people, get the Tumblrs, get the Facebook group, and then talk on there. And then if you go to small meetups where there's only like 10 of you, you get to learn everyone's name and personality. Even some douchey people's. Then you just avoid them. But yeah, I just find that part so much more fun. Like the last time I was there, when I was dressed as Michael from Rooster Teeth, it was like the day before I was going to do Abaddon. And yeah, I didn't get any recognition and I was there by myself. And I was hanging out with, I just ended up hanging out with gender bent Cecil and gender bent intern Dana all day. And that was really fun. Because they're actually the first people to recognise who I was. And then, yeah, you just end up hanging out with people and then you end up having conversations and then just doing random things. And then sometimes you just end up having amazing photo ops, which you didn't know you'd think would happen. Like, I just love that spontaneity with Comic-Con. Like, you just don't know. Like, sometimes people just bring out stereo and everyone will start dancing to the music there, no matter what the age, no matter what they're dressed as. It doesn't matter. You just start dancing for no reason. And, like, there was some sort of, like, when we were there, there was, like, yeah, they just did the common street dance thing, which you always see in movies where, like, some people walks in and into the middle of the circle and starts dancing so while showing off a particular skill. And it was just, like, it came out of nowhere. Like, 10 minutes ago, this group wasn't here. then suddenly it was. And I think last year, which we recorded, one of my favourite aspects was there was like some Assassin's Creed guy, and they were like 4 in a row, I think it was. Actually, it wasn't Assassin's Creed, I can't remember who they were, but well, you have to deal with that. They started following like people around, like sneaking up on them, waiting for people to turn around, and then they just ran away so people to turn around, and they did like, I just kept on seeing them throughout the day following people, and it was really excellent. And Imogen only got to record them once, but it was so funny because it was just randomly people started following them. And just generally how people interact at Comic-Con is great. So.
I like the way that at Comic-Con you can just go up to a random person and say they look really great, and if you did that on the street they'd be like,
yeah.
At Comic-Con they're like, oh my gosh, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, it was really cool because I was working at the Who shop, and there was someone that came into the shop that was dressed up as Sherlock.
Yeah.
And in my head, I felt like they were the real Sherlock in real life. So I was constantly fangirling. It was like, whoa.
Yeah, it's really hard not to fangirl over really good cosplayers. Like, I did that with Matt 11 and Hayley Smith, I think it is. The person who does loads and was mostly known for Amy Pond. I know, and I see them and I'm like, oh my god, I've seen you. And I'm like, whoa, you're a cosplayer. You're fangirling over someone else. Okay, I shouldn't be doing this. It's hard not to sometimes. You're like,
And they're so good, some of them. Like, this Sherlock's really good.
yeah.
But I don't get why he was dressed up. He was just kind of walking around casually.
Probably part of a supernatural group. Probably part of a supernatural Sherlock group that were around, I guess.
There was no one else. Also, I didn't hear of any convention. I think he just woke up in the morning and was like, I'm going to dress up as Sherlock today.
That's fair enough, to be fair.
Yeah.
Fair enough, to be fair.
Today, we woke up and decided to cosplay Charlie.
It's the
Yeah,
egg.
definitely. I haven't got the right trousers.
Poopy pig.
Oh. And I'm really excited for the next Comic-Con film going as Michael, and I have absolutely like everything down for it. And only recently I've seen this Padlocking Good or You was like hybrids. I don't know if you've seen them, but it's like Michael's like hybrid cat, Gavin's hybrid bird, and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know, I've made a lot of friends with the community, and then loads of them liked my cosplay, so I was like, I'm gonna buy ears and a tail, and I'll do a photo opportunity, but I'm not gonna use it at Comic-Con. Now I have the ears, and I'm very attached to them.
Oh yeah, I saw a post on my dash this morning of you with the
Ears.
ears.
Yeah, they look really good. You should wear
They
them
do
all.
look nice.
I want to wear them all the time. It's weird. Also because I don't want to be associated with the furry community, which a lot of that stuff is used for, I guess. So I'm just like, no, it's part of a cosplay, I swear. But they are really fun to wear, not the softest things ever. My cat had a bat at them. Yeah, now I randomly have ears. I question sometimes what I buy for cosplays. Because they're all random bits and bobs. So they never make sense on their own. But yeah, I need to get the glass repaired for my Michael cosplay because I lost a screw in them. So the glass just fallen out on one of the things. And I was like putting it on my face and the glass just fell down. And it was just like that there was just glass so close to my eye just falling out. That's what I have the fear of glasses. It's just like, there's glass right next to your eye.
When the screw on my glasses came out, I had them off at the time, and the screw just fell out and the glasses fell out. And I picked them up and put them on.
Yeah.
I didn't notice the glasses were coming first, and I was just like, my vision's so weird. I need to refocus, and I just kept trying to do it because it wasn't working. Because when you can't see in like one eye, your vision gets like it's really good in this eye, and then in this eye it's like whoa.
Change the action setting of your eye.
No, you know when you like zone out and then you just have to refocus your eye.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean, right? And I kept trying to do that, but it wasn't working. And then I realised.
I think sometimes I'll have like I think I'll have taken both my contacts out. I've only taken one out. I'm looking around like my vision is really good in one eye. And then the worst part is like you don't know you've got contacts in your eye, and it's like, do I take it out? Do I take it? And you're like trying to see it, but contacts, it's very hard to see them most of the time. So you're like, I'm just gonna poke my eye until something comes out, and it's like they're very times when you just like, I know I've just touched my eye. I was just like, oh, that wasn't pleasant. It's just like sometimes you just don't know, but it's kind of hard because like my problem with them is I can't have a shower with them in because they'll slip out. But like,
Ew.
they just like fall out because water.
My favourite moment from secondary school was once we were sitting in a class and the guy sitting next to me, he's contacted pop. We had to like stop the lesson and everyone was like looking for it.
No, they should never look for it because once it's gone, it's gone. You just have to take the other one out and deal with life.
But when they were really expensive, like, I feel sorry for them. Like,
They are expensive. It's like,
Well, when they were even more expensive and like you couldn't buy it.
but it's like £22 a month, so you can see.
But you're paying.
That should be free, right?
But you're paying to put some plastic in your eyeball.
To see.
But you could just wear glasses. Why do you need to put plastic in your eye?
I think there's many reasons why. Like anytime I used to have science lessons, you have to wear those goggles. It's like I don't want to. It's annoying to have them on top. Also, 3D movies. I know I have to wear contacts because if I can't normally get the 3D glasses to fit onto my normal glasses, and then it's just like I can see like the two pairs of the two frames, and it just bothers me. Like I hate watching a 3D mainly for that. Also because it's just I don't think it's as good. I've never seen a 3D movie where the 3D's done enough to be worth watching it and making me feel sick.
Did you watch Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
No, actually,
That was my film. That was
The bit at the beginning when the sharks came out was like my first encounter with 3D, and we watched it at home.
I still
and
don't
I had
think
to
it was
go
worth it.
around the side of the TV to check that the sharks weren't actually coming out of the TV.
I still
I
don't
was a
think it was
stupid
worth it in terms
child.
of 3D.
I didn't watch it in 3D, but
It was
that film I was addicted to. Like
We had it at home with 3D glasses,
I
but
carried on watching that film. It was the best.
I just don't think. For me, 3D is never worth it. I went out of fashion once, I'll go out of fashion again, and I will never have to watch a damn movie.
I had a
The little paper glasses with the red and blue lenses.
there was
Yeah.
a Disney. I think
Yeah,
it was
I got-
Ice Princess. Barbie Ice Princess. That's it. In 3D. My parents just decided to buy this for me, and I actually did like it a lot. But like, why would you have Barbie Ice Princess in 3D? Really?
Why not?
To get the full effect.
Oh yeah, the full effect of dolls skating 5-second wall.
Thank you. I'm just gonna sit here for a moment, you guys can talk. No. They had a really good movies when I was younger. I used to love The Princess and the Pauper one.
Oh, the Princess
And the
Pauper was
Rapunzel one.
really good.
Oh, I have like all of my Barbie films. I love
yeah.
them. I haven't watched them in
I've
ages.
never watched a Barbie film.
Okay,
Oh!
when we have
Excellent
next
movies.
sleepover, we're watching all of them.
Oh,
The best one is what's it called? Barbie of Swan Lake. Best.
I used to have that computer game as well, Barbie's Fun Lake.
No.
Had that, and then, you know, like the horse ranch.
I liked it so much that there's this one character that's this little girl that has fox ears and she's like a fox and she turns into a fox, and that became like my trademark thing for the rest of my life.
I am looking forward to the bonding night. I need to actually buy Cards Against Humanity because I ordered them for Christmas, and then because they weren't going to arrive on time, and the buyer assumed the seller assumed they were a present, so they were like, "I'm sorry, it's going to be late. I'll refund you the money." And I was like, "That's great." It never arrived. And apparently, a lot of what was going on is that because the boxes were shaped like iPhone boxes, that a lot of them didn't get back to where it was meant to go. So I never got them, and it was really annoying because for months I was like, I'm going to play Cards Against Humanity, I'm going to play Cards Against Humanity, and I was like, this is never arriving, is it? So now I have to go find another one, and it was like the only cheap one there was. Most of the packs are like 35 quid, and that's not like including the full boxes with like every series, because those are like 200.
Yeah.
I really want the full pack though, it's too much.
Well, if we each bought like a pack, then it would work.
It would.
Actually.
What was it? First expansion, second expansion, third expansion. First edition, second edition, third edition. It's not like that. It was like the individual ones, but I'm never gonna have the furry one entered into mine. I think they do UK versions because they have a lot of like American politicians and stuff in it, and then they'll have that card, and I'll be like, I have no idea who this person is. Like, I don't know what joke I'm making here.
Yeah, you'll just have to go through it and like get rid of the people you have no idea who they are.
My favourite thing is getting the Nicolas Cage card because it's like I know I can do the best thing with this. Everything, like I think the last time I played it, I had one which was something about a movie. Someone found out that blank was actually blank.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the cards that I did was found out that Natalie Portman was actually Nicolas Cage all along.
No.
It was the best thing.
Oh my god.
It was funny because like it said Natalie Portman and all the men in the room kind of went and Nicolas Cage all along and they're like, oh no.
I love it because however like it could change a complete view of someone being Colours of Humanity. You're like, oh, they're a nice quiet person. Here's some like very serial sick cards coming out and they're like, I respect you more now as a person. No, my favourite card is an Oedipus complex because that was always great to bring out and shock people. That's always like I saw it on Tumblr and I'm pretty sure I've said it before that the kid tested mother approved is still my favourite to use on Oedipus complex. And every time I see them, I'm like, dear God, there'll never be one as funny as that. But the Cosmic 20 is just one of those situations where it's if you're not comfortable with the people you're with, then it's going to be very awkward from now on if you play that game.
This is why it's good for a bonding night, you know.
It's good because then you're like,
What
wow,
we
that person has got such a dirty mind. That's brilliant.
We just have to like put a disclaimer at the beginning, like, okay, everyone, no one's getting judged here, okay? Just playing Cards Against Humanity, whatever dirty shit you like. It's all good here.
Dear.
The Rooster Teeth Cards Against Humanity was so funny.
The Rooster Teeth deck is pretty good.
No, but when they played it,
Oh, yeah.
and it was
a
like,
non-Rooster Teeth people would be like, oh, okay.
The world didn't end with a bang.
See, I
No,
know,
the bang with the big bang.
I know like two
Also
things.
AIDS. Sorry.
I know like two things about Rooster Teeth. Michael
Continue.
and Gavin are in love or something like
They're
that.
fucking, definitely.
And there's some guy who likes roses.
Right.
hey, that's my URL on Tumblr, right around
Oh
the
yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
know what Gavin and Michael look like. I don't know, people ship them.
Did I say ULR?
No, you said you were wrong. Well, maybe
And
I
then
heard
in my
right.
head I said ULR.
And I think Lindsay's married to Jeff.
No, Lindsay.
Who's married?
Okay. Griffin is married to Jeff. You probably wouldn't see them that often. Lindsay and Michael are getting married soon, and we're all excited for this wedding. And it's gonna make us cry. And then there's Jack's married to Katie. Ray and Gavin are alone. Actually, no, Gavin's with Meg Turney, who's a famous YouTuber. Jack. No, I always say Jack. Ryan has got a wife who doesn't enter anything, which is
Yeah.
fair enough.
And 2 kids.
And a kid. And no, third one, Pubert.
Right, of course, how can I forget? Cuba.
Oh, we're just making inside jokes now. I'm sorry. But I always get told by people on Tumblr, like, you've converted me to Reese's, and it's like, do you want me to feel sad about that? So excellent.
I watched one episode of a Minecraft episode where there was a massive tower, and just every so often you would just cut to this guy building this tower. It was massive.
Oh, was that Jeff's house?
I think, yeah, it was Jeff's house, and he fell off the tower at one point, and it was hilarious because he just was sort of fall.
You need to watch more, trust me.
I don't know what it is. I don't know how to enter
I'll
it
give you.
because
I'll
there's
send
so
you.
many.
I'll send you a master post. Actually, no, I connected to a master post to the last one. I'm gonna have to edit this one as well. But it's really good.
Actually,
Okay,
yeah,
I'm a little scared.
would be needed because there are so many.
I've actually like put the master post of Rooster Teeth in my reference tag on Tumblr, and I've never got around to
One
watching any
day.
of them.
I don't know. Yeah, I think. I don't know. It's like at the beginning you're like, I won't remember anyone's names. I don't know who's gonna be talking when. Now it's just like, that's definitely Jack who sneezed there. That's Gavin who
Yeah,
sniffed.
the main one is Jack and Ryan though. Took me ages to figure out who was who.
I don't know though, because it's really weird because Brian's voice is bassier
Yeah.
and Jack's is slightly higher, but if they're both in the hyper mood, it's gone.
By the way, guys, this isn't Rooster Teeth podcast. This is. Welcome
Oh,
to Night
sorry.
Vale.
That's gonna be like 5 months though. You have to let out little bits at a time.
See, I don't even wear my stuff band.
Mine's upstairs. Actually, I think Imogen has it.
I saw Imogen. I was walking and she was walking out.
She's not very sociable. Half the time she's been on this podcast, she's been eating. Just like eating with a plate. And it's like
Sometimes having her noodles interrupted.
it was the Harry Potter one where she actually just had a plate and she was eating right next to the mic. And you just hear this chewing while I was editing. And I was like, it's so gross.
I'm really sorry in advance because I've been eating the entire podcast.
You're not. She was literally like here, go.
I'm
It
trying
was
to
just
eat
horrible.
quietly, but like.
It was actually disgusting. I was like, oh dear God, we'll never do. It's like eating. This is why I always like keep the food down and minimal so that you can eat it, but it's finished in a second. It's not a plate full of roast that she was eating. I feel like the beginning podcast I'm going to redo in the end because also Doctor Who's probably going to need a new one after season 1 of Capaldi? Series 1 of Capaldi. Sorry, just trying to correct my head. I'm trying to think if there's anything else about Welcome to Night Vale that I was thinking about talking about.
Okay.
Right?
Hiram McDaniels or the Faceless Old Woman?
I think it'd be cool to have a dragon, so dragon.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Done.
Dragons are cool.
The faceless old woman is just creepy, so
Yeah.
I think
I really
she
like...
set someone's fridge on fire, didn't she?
did something crazy.
I think she was talking about how there was stuff not in the fridge. And it weirded me out because they actually didn't have the stuff in the fridge which she was talking about. Because we don't have food in our house.
I'm gonna miss Pamela in chill way. She's
Yeah.
cool.
Who was the stone that was like... There was like a rock that was like... I don't know. It was...
What was
It was a politician. It was like a politician or something. And I just remember listening to it like, wait, what? That was weirder than Megan being the disembodied hand. That episode where she's talking to the computer though, it was kind of like, it was like really depressing and just odd at the same time. I'm the most grateful person alive. Now I just can't see. Yeah. So you guys 2020 vision then?
No, I wear glasses. I just never remember to put them on.
I'm perfect.
Go away.
Every time I go to opticians, they're like, "You've got perfect eyesight." I feel like I should get a certificate for that.
Every time I go to the optician,
How
they
fit
tell
do
me
you
my
go?
eyesight's got worse because I haven't worn my glasses.
Often, I need when I need a booster for my self-esteem, I'm like,
I just
just go to the optician.
So like almost every day.
I just don't get how can people not wear glasses.
Yeah, I don't. How do they keep their vision so good?
Yeah.
And the good thing is, they said if I ever did need glasses, then it would be like to see distance rather than like reading.
Well, aren't you
And-
lucky?
Yeah, because I would hate to read with glasses because I like reading.
But when you're old,
I don't need glasses to read.
like all old people
Paper.
need reading glasses. It's just a thing with old people; they just need reading.
Well,
glasses.
actually, if you're short-sighted, you're more likely to either your vision will even out because over time you become more long-sighted, or your eyesight will just get shitter and shitter until you just can't see anything, like my dad.
I feel like I'm gonna become one of those people who can't see anything.
Are you
and just-
short-sighted or long-sighted?
Short-sighted.
Hey, it sucks.
Yeah,
How bad's your vision? Where can you see up to without glasses?
you're blurry. You're blurry. You're kind of blurry. Like your edges, I can't see
I
you
read
at
his
all.
colours.
Really?
Lots of colours.
You're blurry. You're a little bit fuzzy.
I really want to experience what it's like to have.
It's okay. Have you ever looked through an out-of-focus camera?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
That's
like
what
that
it's like.
just all the time.
It's just weird.
yeah. It's just like the more you focus in, the better eyesight you get until you're fully focused. You're just more. Yeah, everyone was like, "Oh my god, you can't see like fingers." It's like that's not how it works.
Did you
I
see
can
that
see all the
post on
fingers. Up.
Tumblr that was like a Photoshop finger? Like,
Yeah,
what,
I've seen that.
I don't think
what
I've seen it.
people think people without glasses see.
Yeah, it's literally just like I can see it. It just where does it? What is it? You can't see details basically. Like I can.
Like possibly if someone
I
was
can see some of your features. Yeah, it's mostly just clouds of colour. I'm pretty bad.
noses, I have a massive problem
Can-
with.
can- I can't read at any distance. So.
Okay, you're slightly worse than me.
Yeah, I am. Like,
You both look really
you're
weird.
weak. I can't lose my trademark glasses. I had to get. It was literally I had drawn the art of the TrickingCerberus to the 3 people who was at the beginning, which I'm gonna have to change at some point. It was like the 3 dogs, and I drew them over the big glasses.
How many
And then-
people are there now? There's like on the team page. There's like 12.
Yeah, but not many people turn up in videos. To be fair,
Yeah, you talk about people, and I'm like, have I ever met these people? Also,
There are people who aren't actually on that page, but who want to get involved, and I'm like, I'll wait till a subject you talk about comes up and go to a podcast, and they're like, yeah, I will. It's like, well, then do it, because I'm not going to put you on the page until. And there's like Kira who wants to be part of Jameswood, said they'd help out. And there's someone else who wants to help out with cinematography, but they haven't like confirmed on it. And then there's like Jessie who helps write the script, but yeah, they're not going to be on a podcast until the Rooster Teeth one because they live far away.
How many people did you actually know?
What?
Of the people that now take part, how many people did just come from Tumblr somewhere?
Well, at the beginning, I technically said there's me, Imogen, and Sarah, and that's what the 3 people logo is. And then Lily came in because we needed another actor for Audrey. And then Tula came later because I was like, I need someone to talk about Merlin, and the other person I know really in real life who talks about Merlin, other than Sarah. So that's how she became part of it. But she does a lot of video stuff anyway. Like, she's an actress, so it was very easy for me to just, hey, we'd like to be part of this. But she's too busy to actually be part of Jameswood. And there are quite a few actresses who I'm just like, I don't want to bother you because I know you've actually got shows on. So that was my concern about Lily, because I think she does quite a lot. But
I do auditions all the time. I just never actually get a job.
fair enough.
Why did you look at me?
I blame
It's your
all
fault.
of you.
Because that one sweet thing.
That
Oh
one
my
thing,
God.
I will now blame you for everything bad that happens for the rest of my life.
I'm gonna start doing that.
To be honest, I'd be quite happy. Like, I'd be proud of that
I'm gonna
blame.
start blaming you. If I don't get into trouble, I'm blaming you.
Yeah.
Next time I see one of those sweets, I will probably cry.
I would
I'm
just,
gonna have one now.
I've got too much on now. This is something you'll probably only know about. Do you know the website Fuck Yeah Arty Fanfic? I'm officially a moderator.
Really? That's
Yeah.
so awesome.
I was the first
No,
one.
you can put all my pictures.
I get the fills, and because I'm like one of the few people that read Red vs. Blue, I always get that one. And the recent one was Sad Caboose. And I was like, no, that's like kicking a puppy. Why would you want to read that? You have to look it up and you have to read it all, and I'm like, now you're just making me sad. The recent one was King Gavin, and that's smutty. So I'm just like, well, everyone knows what I've been reading now.
She took the last one.
You!
I had such reservations about joining it, mainly because it was like, I want to work for Rooster Teeth. So if I start doing stuff for Fuck Yeah Arty Fanfic, it'll follow me. But then again, because all of them know about Fuck Yeah Arty Fanfic,
Yeah.
like, all of them know. They've been quoted out many times. So I'm going to have to deal with that. I could deal with the possibility now I won't get into Rooster Teeth because of that.
I had a problem. I don't know if any of you guys know about this, but I'm really too deep into the Phineas and Ferb fandom and I can't get out now.
Phileas and Ferb!
It just did. And I made
Yeah,
a
I know it's
post.
on the Tumblr.
Yes, thank you. I made a post and the main artist for the show, Swampy Marsh, I didn't even realise he was on Tumblr at the time, but he liked my post. And then I realised, I was really happy about it at first. It was like, oh my god, he acknowledged my presence. And then I realised, if I work for this guy one day, is he going to remember all the weird things that I've talked about on my blog?
That's my thing about Rooster Teeth. It's like, I have to get rid of all the fit corrects I have. I have to get rid of every post about Rooster Teeth. Because there's just so many ones where it's like, damn, Ryan was so bangable in the last video, and I'm like, I have to get rid of this.
Don't they live in Texas?
Yeah.
So how are you?
I'll go next year, hopefully.
Really?
For RTX. And
How are
just
you
sort of
going to get into Rooster
Oh my
Teeth?
God.
Hey,
Just
lady,
nudge them.
shut the fuck up.
Exactly. Be quiet. People of course are working there from Craigslist. So
Ryan.
I was just wondering if there was an actual way.
they always talk about it, and it's like most of the time they're not looking for someone to do a certain job. It's more they see a video and they're like, I need that person. So I'd have to have a very, very impressive resume.
There's so much shit on my boobs.
Hey, sugar hit.
Remember, there's no video right. There's no video right now, so you have to remember there's no shit on my boobs.
I've just been eating sugary sweets and now there's sugar on
Yeah,
my
we got
mouth.
back onto Rooster Teeth when we're doing Welcome to Night Vale.
No one cares.
I think it's long enough now that we can.
Stop
It's
ruining
1 minute. It's been 1 hour and a half, so we can end the podcast and continue this conversation, judgment free now.
If we're ending, then I'm gonna go for a whiz.
All right, so that's been Welcome to Night Vale. I'm sorry we've trailed off on the end, but I mean, there's not that much content to begin with, so maybe in like a year's time we'll redo with more stuff.
And my sugar tits are very distracting.
And also the video went off like half an hour ago, which mustn't be very enjoyable. So join us next time when we talk about Hunger Games, the books, and film 1 and 2. I don't know if we'll talk about the third book because...
Yes, we will.
Okay.
No, I just
Probably
denied
not.
its existence. Sorry.
We'll talk
We'll
about-
decide it then.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye!
Bye.